In this example video, we're going to be looking at review exercises 11.4 and 11.5, and we're going to be looking at calculating depreciation using an activity-based method rather than a time-based method. So it tells us in review exercise 11.4 that our company has purchased an asset for $1.2 million. After the machine has been used for 25,000 hours, the company expects to sell the asset for $150,000. So they want us to determine the depreciation rate per hour based on activity. And then in review exercise 11.5, it says assuming that in year one, the company utilized the asset for 7,500 hours to record the journal entry to have that depreciation in year one. So we have to calculate a depreciation rate when we're using an activity-based method. That depreciation rate is not going to change over the life of the asset. So we take our cost minus that residual value, what we think we can sell it for at the end of its useful life, divided by its total useful life in units. So maybe that, in this case, it's hours, it could be in miles, it could be units produced, whatever the case may be. So for us, we had an asset that's costing us $1.2 million. We think that we can sell that asset for $150,000 at the end of its useful life. And we think that useful life is 25,000 hours in total. So that means for every hour that we use that asset, we are going to accumulate $42 in depreciation expense. So in review exercise 11.5, it says to assume that we use that asset for 7,500 hours during this current year. So we would journalize our entry for depreciation expense and we credit our accumulated depreciation. My rate, that $42 per hour rate, does not change over the life of the asset. So it would be $42 times the 7,500 hours that we utilized that asset. So in year one, we would record $315,000 in depreciation expense. If next year we use the asset for 9,000 hours, we would take 9,000 times 42. That $42 per unit rate is not going to change over the life of the asset.